All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. So today we're going to talk about how to make money reselling in a recession. I know a lot of people are worried. A lot of shoes have went down in price and people are honestly kind of panicking. They don't know what to do and how they're going to make money reselling shoes. And I want to say first and foremost, there are ways, so do not worry at all. I'm going to touch on all of them in this video. As you guys know, my method of reselling has never been by bots or getting for retail or anything of that nature. It's always been three things. Number one, quick flipping. Number two, holds. Number three, outlets. And that's really about it. I don't really do bots. I don't do in-store stuff. I don't do too many things. I really keep it down to three. And to start with the first one, we're gonna start with outlets. This, I think, is probably gonna be a very, very profitable method throughout this next, I would say, like 12 to 16 months. Every single state I know in the US pretty much has one to a couple of Nike outlets. And I know also in different countries, there's also a Nike outlet. This can be used by really anyone in any country or state. What you wanna do is you want to consistently hit Nike outlets. As people stop buying a lot of shoes, especially we're seeing it with Nike as well. Nike's releasing a bunch of shoes, Nike Dunks, this, that. They're not gonna be selling out of those anymore. When they don't, they're gonna hit the Nike outlets. We've already seen right here, somebody in my chat found Nike Dunk highs, $40, $45 after fees. If you go on any website, those are all selling for 110 consistently. If you do the math, let's say you go to that Nike outlet and you buy 10 pairs of those Nike Dunks that I just showed you guys. Let's say on average you make $50 to $60, which is easily doable. You're pretty much leaving with $500 to $600 in profit. And mind you, shoes like those Nike Dunks or other shoes that get very discounted at these outlets are very, very easy to sell. If some Nike Dunks go up in price and people pay $200, $300, $400 for them, in a heartbeat, people will pay $100 and $110. So what I think is gonna happen is Nike outlets are gonna get a lot of shoes like the Nike Dunks, very, very, very discounted. And all you have to do is simply just check your Nike outlets consistently. And like I said, say you bought 10 pairs, that's $500 to $600 off of one run. And it's really just a matter of, during this time, building as many connections at the Nike outlet as possible. If you watch my previous videos on Nike outlets that I used to do like 2 years ago, pretty much all the Nike outlets in my area, I knew exactly when they were getting stuff, what they were getting, sizing, all that before I even went. So ways you can do that is, if you live far from a Nike outlet, for instance, just pick up the phone and call them.
Pick up the phone and start dialing.
All you have to say is, do you guys have any Nike Dunks? Or what I used to say is, do you guys have any retros? They'll be like, is there anything in specific? And all you have to say is, any retro, any retro. Typically, they're gonna have something. And if they say they have something, then that's pretty much your call, just to drive there and go pick something up. And typically, I suggest bringing at least 2 to 3 friends, because sometimes they have limits on how many you can take. I think it's like 5 pairs per person. So let's say you bring like 2 people, you can get 15 pairs and make a lot more money. And obviously Nike outlets are not gonna have a bunch of good shoes 24/7. So when you go to that Nike outlets, it is very, very, very important to network with as many workers as you possibly can. They will help you if you help them. Meaning, if they tell you a certain shoe is gonna be at the Nike outlet and you go there and you make money off of that, you always should pay them or give them some sort of tip. When I used to go to the Nike outlet, I knew a guy who would tell me everything they got, pretty much. And I would go there, make like $1,000, $2,000 a run. And through that, I would send him $50 to $100. And for him, like, he literally just texted me and he gets $50 to $100 and I do the rest of the work. So for them, it's worth it. So make sure you network, get out of your comfort zone. And I think the most important thing is really confidence when it comes to Nike outlets, because during this time, promise you, if you can get your Nike outlets on lock, you can easily make an extra minimum, and I mean minimum, $2,000 per month, guaranteed. So that's number one. Number two is, as we all know, shoes are very low in price. A lot of private sellers are selling for the low. I mean, everything is really going for the low right now. As you guys know, I typically don't buy for retail. I buy from private sellers or people who are selling for resale and resell it for more. Whether it's quick flips, holds, or really anything. Except outlets. Outlets is obviously discounted in stores. So for quick flips, I buy for resale. So all these private sellers who need cash and don't really know where to sell, all you have to do is simply just lowball them. Like, I know as bad as it sounds, but either way they need to sell their shoes. And now's the time where you can get stuff for the low. A year ago, we may have been paying them the high because market was just great. But now we're in a situation where market is not that great. And if people need money and they need to sell stuff, they're gonna sell stuff. This is a time where you can really go in, get stuff for the low. And for quick flips, you can usually sell them wherever, really anywhere. But in this case, I highly suggest when you're getting all these shoes in bulk, obviously it's gonna be harder for you to sell as a private seller. That's where I would suggest utilizing local consignment shops or big consignment shops like Stadium Goods, because they have a higher clientele. So when you're getting these shoes from the low, let's say on Facebook, OfferUp, eBay, wherever it is, you can then send them off to these stores, whether it's local or big stores, and then make your margin. You have a lot bigger negotiating power when you're doing something like this. One thing I will say for this quick flip thing is start small. Typically, you have to really know what shoes, we'll need to know pretty much what shoe will move the quickest and where will it move the quickest. So that's something you really want to educate yourself on, and trial and error. It's really a matter of just trial and error. So like I said, start small. Start with 1 to 2 to 3 shoes. And then once those sell, keep growing and growing and growing. In simple terms, it's really just you're buying from someone who doesn't have that much clientele, so you have negotiating power, and then selling on a platform that has insane clientele, so your margins are higher. So something like this, like I said again, minimum you're making $1,000 a month. On the high end, I know plenty of people, including myself, making over $10,000 a month. So do not miss this opportunity to get stuff for the low, to quick flip it. And I really just think in this situation, it's really just a matter of understanding that, well, everyone, I know the saying that Warren Buffett and all these people say, well, everyone's fearful, be greedy. And it's a fact. Like, it's really just a fact. When people are afraid of a recession, it's really your time to go in, buy the stuff for the low, and you can literally quick flip them within that same week or month. And like I said again, you're not going to be quick flipping on platforms like Instagram or Facebook or all that. Those are typically the places where you want to be sourcing the shoes, getting the shoes for the low. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of sellers on those platforms. So what you want to do is go and just offer on anything and everything, but don't offer like stuff where you're only getting $20 margins. Offers where you're getting like $100 margins. Again, once you get those shoes, sell them on platforms that have a lot of clientele. Local consignment shops that already have an established brand. Even do GOAT. I know GOAT's still selling shoes. StockX is very low, so I suggest staying away from StockX as a whole. I know I mentioned the third one, holds. That's what I do. Right now, I'm really staying away from holds as a whole. I calculated like how many shoes I have in holds, and it's a stupid amount. A lot of them did go up and they're holding their value still, which I do want to make a video on, but I think I have close to like 4,000 shoes that, you know, some of them are doing very, very, very well. Some of them not so much at all because of all these restocks. So as for holds, I would say hold off on them for now. Like I said, you can make a consistent $1,000 to $3,000 a month off of outlets. All you have to do is just be consistent, go call them, make connections, and just keep going and keep going. It's really an unlimited amount of money you can make the more work you put in. And then quick flips, you can easily make a minimum, I guarantee you, a minimum of $1,000 to $2,000 as well per month sourcing these deals. If you guys also do want a video on all my shoes, I have too many. I can put them all in a warehouse and talk about which did well, which didn't, and what I'm gonna do with them. Smash the like button because I'm happy to get that to you guys. I think it'll give you guys a lot of insight on maybe some holds I'm doing that you guys are doing too. Again, if you guys want that video of all the shoes, smash the like button. And like I said, don't overcomplicate this. I don't want you guys to overcomplicate making money in a time where the market is down. Don't worry too much. Start small and then continue to grow, and the more and more money you make, the more money you should be investing. So that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a big thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Smash the like button, and I'll get that to you guys too. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Peace.